So we have a tournament coming up in November, and we're about 7 weeks away. And so that's when you make equipment changes. Like I am trying out a new pair of strings, a new set. So I have two different strings on my racket. One racket has Luxulan Big Banger, and the other racket has Luxulan Alu, which I normally play with. My two other rackets have this other older poly. You have to try your equipment out because this Big Banger is a medium soft string. It's polyester, but it plays medium soft. Like Luxulan Alu plays really soft. What do I mean by soft? When I hit the ball, it feels like the ball goes into my frame and then leaves the racket. That's really good for ground strokes. Gut feels like that. Really, you hear the term like Technofiber has a soft string. The stiffer the strings are, the more response you get from the strings. I play with Alu, and it's awesome for ground strokes. It grabs spin so well. You put a lot of spin in the ball. It's terrible on the volley. The ball just dies on my racket on the volley. This Big Banger, you can notice when I go in net to volley, it's much better. My volley is much better with the racket. People that tell you that strings don't make a difference, strings make a difference. You can change the tension in your string. The stiffer you go, that was old school. The higher tension you got, the more spin you got. It would compress the ball more, can impart more spin. The lower you went, the more trampoline effect you would get, the flatter the ball would be hit because it would leave your string very quickly. With the polys now, you have like the ability to impart way more spin than you ever had before. And the faster you swing, the more spin you get. So you can actually drive the ball into the court. If you haven't tried Luxulan, you must go and try it. It's amazing what you do with that string. Okay? But the other thing too is you never make an equipment change prior to a tournament. My tournament's 7 weeks away. I'm playing with a different kind of string. I'm thinking about changing rackets at the end of the year. And in January, that'll give me 4 months to get ready to get used to a new racket. So when you're dealing with equipment change, please plan ahead. When you're dealing with string tensions, remember if you change your tension by 2 or 3 pounds, you'll notice that. It's a big difference between 2 or 3 pounds. So if I ever wanted to bring my tension down because of an injury, a tennis elbow, or an issue, I would change it by one pound per 1 pound at a time, or 2 if I was in a rush. Going to 3 or 4, it's a different racket. This poly, excellent. I fully recommend the Luxulan Banger. It's a good mix of power and spin and control. Shin tells me though that it breaks rather quickly. Last batch of Alu I played with, it broke rather quickly. I think it broke after I played with it for like 25 hours. Previously, most polys last me 30 hours. To put that in context, when I play with Prince Synthetic Gut, I can break that in 6 hours. When I play with Technofiber, I'll break that in 10 to 12 hours. So normally the lifespan of my rackets used to be 10 to 12 hours. So what I would do is I would play with Pro Blend to get before tournaments and switch to the synthetics because the Pro Blend just lasted longer. Pro Blend is a terrible string. I might as well play with wood on my racket. So anyway, just some thoughts on stringing and equipment.